At that point, you might only run one.
And that's just the same. You still see Leroy Jenkins once in a while, but he's not in every single aggro deck like he used to be.
Think about compare it to a Kazan Mystic. They cost 4 mana. It's a 4/3, which is already really understated, and it steals a secret. Whereas killing flat out a 7 attack or more, which generally means legendary or epic.
Right.
Or as Brian Keebler of Brian Keebler Gaming says, Big Game Hunter is the big fun hunter, and you're not allowed to play fun. Fun in the sights, that's correct.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you finally play your legendary and you're so happy, and then it's just dead and didn't do anything. That's why people play Rag, because he does something immediately.
And you can't. Current meta, it's hard to play any buff cards, because if anything gets up to 7, you lose both the buff card and the minion it's on.
Secret is to play all minions that are above 7.
That's all that's in your deck. I think it's interesting just to point out, we have seen so many Lothebs today and 0 rogues.
Yeah. No, I was really surprised by how few rogues have shown up to the tournament.
It's probably because there's so many Lothebs.
Yeah, but I feel like Lotheb should be in every deck pretty much regardless. Every deck runs spells.
Especially in an environment where Rogue and Druid are like 2 of the best 4 or 5 decks, maybe 2 of the best 3 decks. Obviously, Face Hunter's the best.
Stolen Boombot. We got a traitor. We got some hacking. AI hacking.
That was what we said.
50-50. It's a notable try. Noble try.
Yeah, actually, Foss was pointing out yesterday that Mind Control Tech is actually really good right now because Dr. Boom makes 3 guys. Yeah.
I've been bitten in places so badly because of that. When you lose Dr. Boom, you're just like,
oh, where's my Big Game Hunter?
I'd rather you just Big Game Hunter it. Yeah, would have been much happier.
So here's something interesting. You were asking earlier about the Druid versus the Paladin matchup. Perhaps this Druid is teched a little bit to be more favorable versus the Paladin rather than Warrior. Because we see the Mind Control tech there. There's one thing that versus Warrior that wouldn't do anything.
Right. Yeah, Warrior never really ever gets to 4.
Even if he plays Dr. Boom half the time, he doesn't have anything on the board to begin with.
In rare cases, you'll get like 2 Acolytes and 2 Armor Smiths. And just I guess I'll take one of these little things.
But by that time, that you've had so much Acolyte draw and Armor Smith armor that it doesn't even matter.
Exactly. Although one time on Priest, Mind Control Tech and Armor Smith, Thought Stole and Armor Smith, and one of my Shredders became an Armor Smith. And then using Wild Pyromancer and heals, I got to a million D armor.
This is why people play Priest, because it does 80% of the time it's miserable and you lose, but the 20% of the games you win, you destroy your opponent and you do stupid stuff that you only see in these ridiculous Reddit threads where people are like, "Oh my God, look what I did with my Priest."
pre GVG Priest was not too bad. I used to run a Death Rattle Priest with a Kel'Thuzad, and man, people did not expect that sort of thing.
Oh, Priest got a huge bump from Nax in the form of Dark Cultist and a few other things like Kel'Thuzad, but especially Dark Cultist.
I have a suspicion that they're gonna get a couple of bumps here in this next set. But it really is so bad right now.
Priest is not my highest win percentage class, but it is my most enjoyed class by far.
Right, exactly.
It's also weird just because of how little it heals. In comparison, my Paladin has 10 times the healing that my Priest does.
Right. And of course, Warrior, packs all the shield minions and the shield blocks and the armor smiths.
So as far as the position that the Druid is in, it's not looking too good right now.
It's not terrible, actually, because he has the combo.
That's true.
Honestly,
but Flamenco's not gonna let anything live.
We also have a Lay on Hands and an anti-kill bot, so unless he has super combo,
I feel like trading in, the Lotheb there, and dropping Sarah is absolutely what you want to do. It sets up the highest chance of victory, and you're just gonna smash through.
Yeah, this is alright, Foss. That was a good run. Shout out.
All I can say is that Priest does really well against Paladin because you can never play Tyrion. Just perhaps that information out into the ether.
Well, it's one of those things where sure Priest does well versus Paladin because you can't play Tyrion, but Paladin's not necessarily good because of Tyrion at the moment.
It's not, although it's so nice. It's I think the strongest class legendary.
That is quite possible. Garrosh is pretty strong, honestly.
Garrosh and Antonidas definitely give it a run for their money.
Neptulon is interesting. I wouldn't say strong.
Having played Neptulon, I think it sucks, but
it's
I
a
think
little
Alakir
slow.
is ridiculous.
Yeah, Alakir's fun. If you have rock.
Alakir's like, oh, kill 2 guys and have a taunter. Like, that's really good. I think Alakir would be good in like another class, or maybe if Shaman just had some real cards. But I don't know.
Hey, there's
Being a
nothing
hater,
wrong
right?
with Shaman. Bloodlust Shaman, like Bloodlust Mech Shaman, I think is still viable. You can actually eat mech mages for breakfast, in my opinion, if you play it right.
I think that's a deck to beat.
Um,
Mech Mage is
Yeah,
the highest.
absolutely. That's
highest enchant.
last APOC tournament. That's what I ran to beat the mech mages, and it worked.
Awesome.
My Paladin did surprisingly well. Ask Blast.
Oh boy,
Millhouse Mana Storm.
is anyone saltier than me? It's Blast.
See, there we go.
we
Yeah,
have
as
it.
expected. No real surprises. The Paladin's just so far ahead. He just gets to calmly walk through the finish line.
No, yeah, Let's Flamenco takes it home. Definitely someone we expected to see in the higher brackets, but really everyone who's made it this far is someone that we expected to see in the higher brackets. So
Yeah, no surprises. Let's Flamenco could be the Phoenix this time around.
rising from the ashes.
The
So next up we have Let's Flamenco versus Hyanmu.
Yeah, and we saw him. Did we see him against Foss the first time around? I think.
Hyanmu.
In the.
Yes, he's the one who knocked Foss down into the Phoenix territory.
Down to Phoenix, Arizona.
Down to Phoenix, Arizona, which is a lovely city, by the way, if you've never been there.
I've never been.
have.
I want to.
It actually is. There's a lot of really fun stuff to do there. They have, honestly, they have a lot of really cool like geek stores, like comic shops and things like that, which is not something like I think of Phoenix. I'm like, oh, geek stores. Nah.
It's supposedly a very diverse place, right? So, you know,
Absolutely.
geeks are a community.
No matter how begrudgingly some people admit it.
Something like
I
that.
think I'm gonna take like 2 minutes here. I'll be right back.
No problemo. But for those of you who are curious, we have Let's Flamenco versus Hyanmu. I just posted the bracket for you. Or you could hit !bracket to get that up at any point in time. So we have them coming up next as our last semifinal. It's a best of 3. And then finally we have Chicken, who has been waiting so patiently with the winner of that next matchup coming up. If you don't know me, I'm Reaper, tournament organizer, administrator, etc. Tech guy. You hear my voice every once in a while because on these skirmishes, there's not too many people to deal with. We have Leon and Ambari casting for us, our wonderful volunteers.
Nice to be with y'all. You guys are a pretty cool crowd.
Ambari's the one that's invisible and silent.
He's not here. He's not up to the task. You can tell that I am the main caster.
Yeah, we got the Lions Pride shirt on there. He just can't wait to be king.
I've been prepared.
But yeah, it's been really fun. We've been hosting this tournament not too long now. This is our 3rd Fireside Skirmish, which is our paid enter event, with which we have had a pretty astoundingly positive outlook. We've gotten close to filling the full 16-man bracket every single time. So we really appreciate that from you guys. And we've run 6 open events as well. If you haven't caught one of those, you should definitely hop by on a Sunday. Check those out. Really fun.
It's a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it's roughly a month I've been involved.
I think so.
And I think I've casted all of the skirmishes so far.
Yeah, you're our official skirmisher.
That's where I take the main pride and joy. Casting the tournament. Reusing 2 old puns. There you go. Double up on your groans. It's fantastic. I love everything about these events. The community is really cool. I don't think there's been any major altercations with anyone.
No, we had a couple of small issues yesterday, but they were resolved. The players shook hands and got it worked out. So glad to see everyone else being friendly as well. I've definitely participated in some tournaments where tempers flare. Sometimes the tournament organizers kind of get a little bit frustrated. People are unhappy, but fortunately, we haven't had to deal with that. Even with some weeks pulling over 150 players, we've been able to manage everyone, keep everyone happy. So help us keep that up.
Yeah. How's our viewer count, by the way?
Follower count. We are sitting at
200.
199 followers. One more follow. We will have to give away at the end of the stream. If somehow we do not get one more follow tonight, if one of you does not go and make a fake Twitch account.
No, we are not viewer botting here. It's all going to be legit.
Oh, that's not viewer botting at all. In any case, okay, it looks like we have an instant coup of the Paladin there from Hyan Mu. You guys didn't even get to see it, but as soon as I load into the game.
Where's my bracket? I think I'm outdated.
Are you outdated? And I believe that was a mage versus a paladin, and the paladin was cooed out, if I am not mistaken. We have Hyan Mu versus Let's Flamenco.
Let's see. Where did Let's Flamenco? He actually got knocked out of the primary bracket quite early. He is definitely on the Flight of the Phoenix tonight.
Flight of the Phoenix, indeed. He's made it all the way up to the true semifinals here. Testing his luck versus Hyan Mu. So we did have the instant ban out of the Paladin. Maybe Hyan Mu was watching the stream earlier and decided, hey, I really don't want to play against that. I'll try my luck versus the warrior here, the legendary warrior.
You've got a reputation now, Flamenco, and that's a tough choice. Do you want to fight the legendary warrior or the infamous paladin? Because right now, that's a tough call.
Yeah, but perhaps Hyan Mu has been watching our newly uploaded VODs and decided, hey, you know what? I think I can take this warrior.
Hey, Reaper, where are you posting all the VODs?
We are slowly getting them on YouTube, and they are now showing up on our Twitch profile. Follow us on Twitter. We'll post whenever we get one uploaded. It's just a slow process because each of our video files is like 5 gigabytes, and it takes YouTube forever to upload it and process it.
Are we going to get a link on the Fireside website to those YouTube videos?
Yes, and in fact, at the moment, if you're on the home page, there's a little button at the bottom of the page, but I'll get a better link up there somewhere.
I don't see that little button.
It's just like a little YouTube button. It's right next to the little Twitter guy, under where it says sign up for Fireside Skirmish.
Oh, that doesn't show up for me at all. I guess maybe it's my Chrome settings.
It's very odd. Yeah, that could be well it. But in any case, we had Hyan Mu dropping his Cogmaster, or as Fust called him yesterday, the wrench dude.
The wrench dude.
The wrench dude. But he is in fact taken out by a well-timed Cruel Taskmaster. And I know when I'm playing Mech Mage, yes, I do sometimes intentionally play Cancer. Early in the game, I really hope that the opposing warrior does not have a Cruel Taskmaster, because that can make your life very hard.
Absolutely. There's a lot of times when you have a card that you want to save for a battle cry or something, and you might save it, but sometimes you just really need the board presence, so you have to make that call. It's one of the, I think, higher levels of skills when you can make those calls more reliably.
Yeah,
I like how we've got this. We're going to see a 0 value flame strike here from Hyan.
Oh, is it 0 for you? It's 7 for me.
No. What he's saying is that he's playing against warrior, so it's not going to be very useful.
Oh, yes. I was thinking right. Cost, like the mana we've had.
Kill an acolyte. Okay. You get a warlock flame.
Hey, you could help trade up on, like, shield maidens and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, he can flame strike ping a 5/5. I guess. Whoa, nice play, bro.
I want to see more bouncing blades.
I don't really.
We're gonna talk about warriors. I want much more bouncing blades. I want to find a good use for that.
I think that you've seen some of the new cards, right?
Only some of them, but yes, like the patrons that make more.
I don't remember what it's called. Yeah, exactly.
Grim
and
patron.
Somebody did the math on that, and it's actually like how I don't know. Again, I read a thread, but it can actually get ridiculously out of control.
Now they need to fix Warsong Commander before that becomes excessively useful.
Yes.
Because at the moment tokens do not receive charge. Ben Brody has, or not Ben Brody, the one who does Hearthstone. What? That's Ben Brody. Okay, Ben Brody has confirmed that they are working on the bug right now, though. So.
Oh, good. Hopefully, probably get patched in with the rest of BlackRock.
Yeah, especially since Math Warrior is actually my favorite deck to play. Back when I was playing a lot more competitive and hosting less tournaments, I won my largest tournament playing a Math Warrior. So, love the deck.
Really?
Yeah. I won $2,000 playing in a good gaming tournament. So
very nice.
Whoa.
Yeah, big
and
money
then I
there.
founded the Fire.
Exactly, with that prize money.
It's a sport nowadays.
Hey, esports. Hey, at my school we have like 30 scholarship-funded esports athletes, as they're called. So.
Oh, I need to get in on that. Finish up the rest of my degree. Oh my gosh, 10 shield slam. When you reach a double-digit shield slam, you're like, oh god, how do I come back from this?
Well, whenever I reach a double-digit shield slam, I think, oh, look at all that damage I'm wasting. But I always forget it's actually only 1 mana you're spending. So
it's like the most efficient clear you could have if you have the armor.
If you have the armor. Now, what would be really broken is if you could shield slam face. That'd make me pretty happy.
Yeah.
Maybe
have you seen the old warrior card that was like, you could do that?
No, I
you could. There was an old card, I think, where it was like you could deal damage to your opponent equal to how much armor you have. It was like 3 mana or something.
I would love for
it was epic, I think.
A card to come out that's like deal damage to target based on how much armor it has.
Well, we have Let's Flamenco gonna go ahead and Lothab up. It's a pretty decent turn to do so, and in fact, the Flame Strike could have gotten a little bit of value here, had that Lothab not come down.
Oh wow, fireball in it.
Yeah, that's true. Actually. 9 mana fireball. Yeah, it's looking good for the warrior here. I think when you're you have to fireball 5/5. I mean, yeah.
I don't think Flamenco really feels sad about that. I think he's quite okay.
Oh yeah. Alright, so I just got a text message from someone that said, I joined Twitch so I could be the 200th follower. You're welcome.
Aha.
So it looks like we're going to hit 2...
Insider trading. Now we get those charges.
Yeah.
Do you Baron right here?
So surely you... Oh, yeah, that's really good. I didn't even see that. I don't play Baron again in my warrior, actually. I don't own one, so...
Baron looks pretty good. You got to.
There's also yeah, and then the easy Lothab kill. Yeah, and then he has to deal with the 7/5, and he just got rid of a fireball, so we know he is on his back. But I think
Flame Strike does clear.
Really here, actually.
He does. We know that he'll have a full clear by Flame Strike ping, but it gives him 2 draws.
That's a 9 minute. Yeah. I don't see why he's not doing that, unless it's just considering attacking both Dave. And then, okay. So he's gonna play.
I think he sees it. Yeah. If we see the full clear, he can always just Alexstrasza him down for the extra 1 point of damage.
Well, sometimes you want to go ahead and get that out there, because if you've got your opponent down to 10, then you sort of just can't play Alexstrasza because you don't want to target yourself, especially against the Mech Mage.
So
we'll probably see that come down.
Had like 30-something armor, and the opponent was down to about 10 health, so they just Alexstrasza themselves. Like, you're not gonna kill me. But I need the body.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to do that, and you want to kill him quick. So, because for the most part, this is not true if you have Ysera, because Ysera awakens Grommash at 15 damage. But aside from that, the most damage you can do from an empty board with a Grommash is 14 from the Death Bite. So you don't want them to be at 15.
Well,
unless you run Inner Rage.
Inner Rage or with the Cruel Task.
Well, the 2 comes from
Cruel Task is 12. But so if you have Cruel Task and the Grommash and the weapon, that's 16.
Oh, I thought you were assuming that the
a lot of times
Death Spite was already queued.
Yeah, I was.
But in any case, here comes the Flame Strike. You're going to be able to ping that Baron Geddon down, and it is in fact a nice, clean, and tidy board for the mage, who just spent the whole turn on removal. So, Les Flamenco can maybe play as Harrison and his Sludge.
I feel like it's just got to be Alex Raza.
Oh. I think he's going to do that. But if you play other things first, then next turn you can Alex Straza and then attack from that 15 health.
Yeah.
So you get a little more burst.
So he does opt for the Harrison and the Sludge. It's the same amount of damage, more bodies, a little more better, and he doesn't waste that heal in case he needs it, or in case, Hayamayu could be running into Keelbots. Not that I would expect it, but...
Antonitis Conceal. That's pretty good. So what looked kind of hopeless for the mage is now looking really good.
Although brawl it. How gutsy can you be?
Yeah, I brawl you. Well, if you throw down your Armorsmith first, you get a 3 out of 4 chance. Of course, if you lose, you probably lose the game.
I think all Let's Flamenco has to do here is maybe play. He could play as Alex Straza and Alex Straza, either of them, and still win. I think.
I think it's funny that he attacked first. I mean, it's not going to matter a whole lot, but...
I think that means he's not thinking of that play.
Oh, jeez. He's just playing Grommash. Just straight up.
He's in such a dominant position. Oh my god, a million fireballs.
Yeah, that's really... But you can only shoot 2 a turn, so...
It's going to be 13 damage a turn.
He
pretty much until the mage dies.
Yeah, he could start taking out his guys with fireballs, too. But that Grommash is... I don't see a way to get rid of it unless you throw 2 fireballs at it. And in that case, you would leave 5, 6, 7 damage on the warrior's end.
Well, he would ping the... I think Harrison has 1 health. It's a little grainy, but... he could ping that, and it would be just 4 damage.
Okay, so he's dealing with the Grommash.
Yeah. And then he runs... Archmage into the Blood Belcher. You can only use 2 damage.
Okay. Harrison, that's interesting. Yeah, so he's not in an awful spot here, actually. We're probably going to see an execute.
Absolutely. Oh, execute.
So risky, Alex, yourself when you know your opponent's on 3 fireballs. But he might do it. What's the mage's life total? 9?
7?
9.
Sorry, I'm counting the damage from what's on board already.
Yeah, and he does go ahead and
I like the black.
Like I expected. You don't really expect a mage like this to really have any taunts.
Only they threw...
Right. Well, they haven't... Or is he playing... mechs?
This is basically mech mage, I want to say, but it's teched a little weird.
Right. But he probably has an Annoyantron somewhere in the deck. But it'd be easy to run over at this point, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, it's just the warrior's in such a dominant position. Even if he loses the board, he's just gonna slowly eke out victory, stealing points of damage when he can.
Keep in mind, the Spellbreaker was still sitting in your hand as well, so I'm not really worried about tons anyway.
Right. Okay, that's game, right?
Not yet.
3, 4, 5. But still edging closer and closer, and the warrior's only getting harder to kill.
And technically, there's no more.
His life total.
There's no more taunt removal in his hand, except the brawl.
That's true.
And the execute. So if the mage somehow finds a way to taunt up and clear the board.
Oh, I forgot to update our hero tracker on the side here.
We have a hero.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Is that only on the stream?
Yes.
Yeah, do you not want to
I actually using that chat and then our video share.
Right.
So I haven't seen the hero tracker.
Well, if you hop into the stream, you'll get to see it.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in the future we'll probably take note of both players, all 4 of their classes ahead of time, so we can have them both displayed the whole time.
That's the objective. One of the problems we're having is that players for the skirmish are signing up at last minute, and I also work right up until the skirmish starts, so it's just a timing thing. But that is the objective.
Well, the Neutron that you just mentioned.
Oh, did he try? Well, I don't think it's going to do. Is he at 3 life? I still can't see his life total.
Yeah, he's 3 health.
He is at 3 health right now. So there's no foreseeable way to... actually, he could fireball the Spellbreaker, play the Neutron. I think that would save him for a turn.
Unless the brawl.
You kill the 1/4 first, also.
Oh, unless the okay. So let's go. Probably brawls here.
I feel like just brawl. Yeah, every minion that comes out increases his odds. He's got the weapon primed. 50 health is just not afraid.
50 health, yeah, I don't think it's an issue. So you play the big game hunter and then brawl.
Yeah, do that.
That's what he's doing, yeah.
Then you armor up and kill him.
Yeah, he does want to get the kill.
There you go. Absolutely. We already see.
Nice.
The Drake wins the fight. Good job, Drake. Bad news, though.
I think I would have predicted the dragon would win there.
I kind of wanted the big game hunter just to have the fun in his sights.
Just for the rub.
Just to rub it in. I'm a dumb card.
Awesome. So Flamenco and that warrior again.
Oh, man, I don't know how you choose between the warrior and the paladin, which one you don't want to fight. They both put up such impressive fights, such impressive shows.
I think what we've learned is you just don't ban versus Flamenco. You play whatever he gives you, and you pray.
I think maybe the solution is you don't play against Flamenco. You just save your coup for when you get a bad mulligan.
There we go.
You're not gonna outban him. Just focus on yourself.
I think that's kind of ballsy of him to bring 2 control decks, but it's really paying off.
The paladin's a very aggressive,
yeah. Well, it's got Ysera though, so it's.
I mean, it's more mid-range paladin than the control paladin, whereas the warrior's just, gonna sit here and control you to death. Thanks for noticing.
So I'm wondering what... I don't have Hyanmu's decks in front of me. Let me see if I can get those actually.
We did see him earlier, so we might... I can't remember.
He's running a mage, a rogue, a warrior, and a hunter. So versus the warrior, what are we thinking here? It looks like it's a face hunter.
Face hunter's really good against warrior. I mean, warrior's one of the decks that has a chance against it. I also want to see him play rogue, just because we haven't seen a rogue. I know rogue is sort of notoriously has a bad matchup against warrior, but I think it's totally doable.
And he opts for his own warrior.
I think Flamenco's gonna queue.
Either that or Hyanmu queues.
We saw that earlier where he queued the paladin.
Oh, he queued the paladin. That's correct.
So it seems like maybe he's gonna wait and see if. Oh, so he likes it.
No, Flamenco says, "Hey, I think I'm the better warrior here. My portrait is golden and on fire."
It helps with the flight of the phoenix when you're literally on fire.
Exactly.
Oh, he's got the Harrison to start out. All right, so both players think they got it.
Now we begin the long armor up process.
I'm surprised he chose armor up over the armor smith.
If Hyanmu plays his Acolyte of Pain, I guess that could be bad. I'm not sure.
I'd never run up the Acolyte of Pain in the mirror because this will happen. And the draws are really important. So you almost just so it doesn't. I don't get why he played the Acolyte but not the Armor Smith.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I was like, I would have expected the Armor Smith because she only dies to the Death Spite.
Right. Which now if he plays it can. I don't know. And now he can also attack it and just ping it with the Acolyte, or not the Acolyte, the Taskmaster if he wants.
2 Taskmasters on top of each other, I think. What's that card next to the new Taskmaster?
It's either a Taskmaster or a shield bearer. Also, okay, that's what I meant. Armor Smith.
Yeah, who doesn't run Shield Bearer? It's the best card.
Shield Bearer. That's the 0/4, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah. Who doesn't run that? People who want to win.
I've seen it recently, actually in a zoo.
The best offense is good defense.
Like the really old zoo decks with like Master Swordsmith would play it, but I don't think people are doing that anymore for the most part.
Days are over.
No, they saw the Zizo zoo decks, and now everyone plays those.
Zixo makes some pretty good decks. I'm a fan.
Yeah,
I've used some of his lists before.
Yeah, Face Hunter I think is his newest little baby. But
is he the one who did that? He did the most. My favorite shaman from Nax, the one that was stopping all of the Death Rattle Undertaker hunters. His shaman had like an 85% win rate against it.
Really?
Yeah, he found like the right solution to just crush Undertaker Hunter.
That's awesome.
He went to a tournament and didn't ban out hunters. He was the only person who wasn't banning Hunter, and he won because of it. He won the whole thing.
Really good. The Lothab pretty good here also. Shieldmaid's a great answer though.
Yeah.
So he can probably shield flame next turn because he's gonna Flamenco's gonna have to attack the 1/2. How crazy would it be if Flamenco lost in a Warrior Mirror?
That'd be pretty crazy. And we have to go and stop calling him a Warrior player and start calling him a Paladin player.
Flamenco almost misplaying there, almost cool Taskmaster before he attacked. Would have been a disaster. But then he mathed real quick.
Maybe he mathed. Maybe he started to tilt.
He had to remind himself the order of operations. It's important in math.
Right. I don't think, yeah.
Not that Reaper would know. English teacher.
Yeah, I don't do math. Math is for chumps.
Spoiler alert, I'm an English major. I'm completely with you.
Oh, very good.
I make bad decisions too.
Yeah. Hey, English major. Matt Damon is an English major.
Yeah, but he's rich as hell, and it's not from writing.
What do you mean it's not from writing? It's from writing his movies. He made Good Will Hunting like as soon as he graduated.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Then give that to me. All right, so we do have the double armor smith over on the side of High End Mew.
Oh baby, that's a lot of armor.
That is a lot of armor. Going to assert his warrior dominance here and say, "Look at my health totals soar through the sky."
I think actually the armor is the key to winning this matchup. If you can keep your opponent off armor, yeah.
Typically, you'll see the aggressor win because they can keep the armor off the opponent, and you lose shield slam value, and that's the biggest difference between the matches.
Right. Baron, good. Man, I need to craft one of those. That card is awesome.
It's an interesting card. I really didn't like it for a long period of time, but it's just so good versus all these aggro decks that you like can't not play it right now.
I'm surprised he's not playing it in Paladin. I've seen a little bit of that, but I think that's the way control.
I don't like it in Paladin. Like it kills your own dudes.
That's true. But it's so good with the quality. Come on. It's like a consecrational, so every turn.
Yeah, but you just run Wild Pyromancer for 2 mana instead of 7.
Yeah. Okay, alright. Alright, well, there's the pros and cons.
As in, one is good and one is not good.
Pro, con. Good idea, bad idea.
But in any case, yeah, I don't really understand it in Paladin very much, but it is definitely a warrior card. It's a very defensive card, and I think Paladin has a harder time playing defensive than warrior. Not that it can't, but just the fact that warrior can overheal and paladins can't.
Right.
So Hiron Mew has 47 health right now.
I think that's really what sets Warrior apart from just every other class. The fact that you can go to like 80 life if you
They're
wanted
the best
to.
healers in the game, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Again, to go with our WoW got everything wrong. Warriors are the best healers. Rogues are the miracle workers. Priests are thieves.
But yeah, it's interesting how just the way that the mechanics of the game work influences so much.
He's going ham.
Hunters are the worst archers.
Yeah.
Deadly shots random, and they have to get in melee range with an eagle horn. It's terrible, guys. Terrible. We got the shield slam now.
Really, yeah. This is just a really good spot. He's in here. It's not looking good for Flamenco.
Yeah, I think he just kind of wins.
He could play Gromash shield slam, attack Alastraza, but then
At that point, just shield slam execute.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, he might do that.
You could drop a Black Knight or something, an Armor Smith on top of it even.
Or he could Alexstrasza offensively, go balls to the walls,
and then lose the game.
Yeah, exactly. That would come shortly after, but still.
I would like the guts. Ruin the perfect. I always love ruining perfect games. Like, remember playing a fighting game? Like, I just want one little toe jab just to ruin your perfect.
Oh man.
There's no real happiness. I don't see him recover. There's another Baron and a Rag staring him down.
He's just like, yeah, I'm a Black Knight. I'm not doing anything in this matchup.
Oh, he just passed. He didn't play either Armor Smith or Black Knight.
I don't like that. I think, like, what are you waiting for? A Sludge Belcher? Like, that's fine, but...
You're not going to live much longer.
Ragnaros, pretty easy play here. I mean, there's nothing on your opponent's board. He just used a shield slam. He just used the execute. That's 8 more damage onto an already damaged face.
But are you going to use the War Axe to attack?
I think he's going to.
Yep.
Yeah, if he didn't, he would get a little punished,
well
but...
here.
You have to draw off Harrison. Oh, is he at 5? You have to draw off Harrison and get that big game hunter, because you lose if you don't. Didn't get it, so...
He has lost the game, unfortunately.
Wait, no. He has.
Well, I guess that could attack
No, there's a
Harrison.
Baron Geddon.
Oh, okay.
He said,
Yeah.
he said 3.
Sorry? Oh,
He's at 3
you're
health.
correct. You're correct. I mismathed.
Matt Damon.
No, he plays the Armor Smith, so he has lost
Oh,
the
he's
game.
playing around Barrington. Nice.
No.
No, because the
Yes.
damage applies before the armor.
Oh, okay. So he
I
loses.
think so, yeah. Because
Alright,
armor has to be on to be taken off. Whereas healing effects will happen even after you're dead, because the heal will go.
Hmm.
High on mood, thinking real hard about this one.
What? Oh, because he might not know the way that it stacks also.
I suppose not.
Because I would assume in this board position that... What's he doing?
He's gonna
What's he
execute.
doing?
He's gonna execute and go for rag kill, I think.
Oh no, he can
yeah,
still
yeah.
play the Baron Geddon anyway.
Yeah, so he wins for sure this way. Because he only gains...
Yes, good puzzle solving.
Just being extra sure because he's not absolutely certain of the mechanic.
Very
Was
nice.
was that game 2?
That was game 2. It's currently 1-1.
Awesome.
Wow.
So I bet
Worth noting,
some paladin here.
Heian Mu taking down the famous warrior.
The seemingly
head.
unbeatable Let's Flamenco Golden Flame Warrior from Hell.
Awesome. Well, so yeah, I think you have to pick paladin here, right? Because I think it's
It's
really
been
good.
cooed.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the Paladin was cooed out. We get to
Oh,
see what
okay.
other decks
Yeah. Do we even know what else Flamenco has?
Flamenco is running.
If you check the stream, which I can't. Actually, I'm not able to load it up right now.
Yeah, mine's frozen as well. So I'll just hit F5 real quick.
I must protect the wild.
But Druid, awesome. I like this a lot. And Rogue, oh sweet. Has Flamenco queued yet?
Flamenco has not clued yet.
This is like a good place to do it, I think. Because Rogue, I think, has a step up on a Druid.
But that's such a good opening hand.
This is really, really good. Okay.
But he's gonna queue it anyway. He'll take the odds.
Yeah, I think you're right, though. When you have the Wild Growth in your hand...
And Zombie Chow.
Right. Like, I think you just go, because there's so many decks that... Almost against any deck, even a bad matchup, you can just roll all over them if you have the Wild Growth. So maybe, like, I don't know. I think it was worth it to not queue, but I get why he did, because it is overall a generally bad matchup.
Oh man, 355 gold in the corner. Can't wait till we open a pack at the end of this.
Hey, that's two. What are you talking about?
We did that yesterday. Without
Did
you
you?
in memory of Leon.
Yes. Legacy. Anything good? No legendary?
No, it was terrible.
No Neptulons.
I'm such an impatient person. Like I can't wait and save up like 4 arena runs. I'm just like, I want a pack now. I did a good game. I want to reward myself.
Well, it's so frustrating too when you're like, all right, I got my 150 gold, then you get like 2 in arena. It happens.
Well, I mean, some people don't go so low in arena. Some people win.
I like to save my arenas for when I have like a friendo. That. And then you're like,
I just
fun, and you guarantee yourself more wins because you got more brains working on it.
I just get so impatient. Like, I've won 7 games. Ugh, I want my back. I just don't even care anymore.
This is great. I think I like Druid here in this matchup.
Yeah, Druid I think has the edge.
Oh,
Kinda
there's a Wild
sum it
Growth.
up. 2 Wild Growths and the Zombie Chow. Just ba-da-da-da. That's the level.
Point a Wild Growth and then Wild Growth. Or just play this. Yeah, you gotta
Oh my god.
like how does
Play
Zombie
everything.
work?
Just play your whole hand. Just play everything. You only need 1 card to win.
Innervate, coin, Wild Growth. Next turn you have what? 4 mana?
Infinity mana, actually.
Yeah, you just like get an achievement that's like, you have all the mana.
Ludicrous.
Do it.
speed.
Oh, why didn't you innervate Wild Growth? I'm so mad. You could have. Ugh. The nerve of some people.
I know, he made us look at it.
So what, you Wild Growth Zombie Chow here? That's fine.
Yeah, I think it's really good.
Actually, he holds onto the Innervate, which means he can drop the Cenarius in like 2 turns.
I love. Yeah, that's really good. That sucks for the Druid.
Not too much, really.
Oh, nice. Nice draw.
I'm
Talented.
actually kind of afraid. I'm afraid to run out of draws on the Druid right now because you don't have the lore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I like just getting the guy out there is good. So.
Gotta keep the armor off. That's one of the biggest things against Warrior, is keeping the armor off.
Right. Yeah, if you can do that, you're in a good spot. What's in the Warriors in there? A ton of bombs. It's really not. Oh, he's got spells for next turn. Oh, and he's gonna have a Black Knight to combat that. Is he gonna draw a card? I think he is.
I think he needs to. He needs to get lore
Yeah.
online.
Oh man, what a good draw too.
Just play everything. Just play all the green cards.
Yeah, that's so good.
He has Cenarius next turn if he wants.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh,
saying.
what?
That's gonna be so strong.
I think he's going Black Knight next turn because we're gonna see Sludge Belcher come down.
Yeah.
Even better, probably.
Well, actually, if he does Cenarius and pump his guys, then the Ascension it pumps with +2/+2, right?
Yeah.
So the Ascension can just like eat that. So
Yeah.
he's got options. The only thing is the Black Knight's not gonna. There's only one other target in the Warriors deck, so he goes with that.
I do think
yeah.
I think the Black Knight's good here because either you get the brawl right now, I think, or you're gonna
you,
have
like,
huge minions next turn. You're just gonna be like,
Next turn, yeah.
I wish he would have attacked the 1/2 with the Keeper because like this is a little thing, but now there's he has options if he has an execute. Like, I don't know. It's not huge. But I think you want to attack the minion that's already damaged.
If he is playing around Baron, he would have lost the keeper.
That's true.
And if one of them has to die, zombie chow.
Sylvanas is usually a signal for Brawl, although we see he doesn't have it.
Perhaps trying to mind game his opponent there.
Just block it off with everything. You have all the answers you need.
Yeah, so you lose that, you go to face, and you just win next game, right? Or next turn.
Yeah, you lose
if there is no Brawl.
You can't play it with Lothar.
Oh, that is correct. That is correct.
He loses the taunt, or shield master, but then you win the game, and I'm okay with that.
He might execute the zombie chow to gain the life.
He's gonna.
Okay, so he does gain the life.
And he steals something. That's actually really good.
Oh yeah, that's incredible.
If he steals something big, can't
now
see
suddenly
yet.
It's not game.
And he gets the perfect steal on the Lothar, and I think that does a lot for him there actually.
Yeah, he was super dead if that didn't happen. Another huge Baron getting. Do you charge that, Druid?
I want to keep.
And do you trade?
No.
Do you trade or you go face?
I think he keeps pushing face, honestly.
He doesn't inherently know that there's no combo in his hand.
Right.
He might imply from the when you see a shield master, you generally.
He's at 8 mana, yeah. So. Is Flamenco the one with the 2 Ancient of Wars? Is that this guy?
Yes.
I think
this is.
No,
you generally know.
That was Kevin.
But you generally know that this is a taunt ramp when you see the shield master. That usually gets cut for the combo pieces.
That's usually a shredder or something on the 4 slot.
Alright, looks like Flamenco is going to opt for the Cenarius here. Still, just another way to keep pushing damage, I think.
Hey, and you can save the...
Oh, he opts for the taunts instead, and he's going to go ahead and clear up the Baron again. That's an interesting move, if you ask me.
Yeah, no, I don't know how much I like that. He's playing really conservatively.
I mean, these are the experts, but at the same time, in my opinion, pushing damage, he would have gotten so much damage under the face right there, and forced High Unmute to play so reactively. Now, we can't see that there is a shield slam, so with the shield main, he would have been able to do some work. But.
Is he on 8 mana right now, the warrior?
Yes.
It's hard to see the little number.
It's 8 mana.
8 mana.
So he wouldn't have been able to Alexstrasza, so he must just be playing around, again, the shield maiden and all that. So, another shield slam, that's really good.
Not wanting to trade in that Lothar for a lowly little minion, but gonna get an execute off, so not too bad for him.
Yeah, that's really good. He's in a good spot, I think, now.
Yeah, you'll be able to shield maiden next turn and literally be at infinity health. Let's Flamenco will throw his keyboard across the room.
Yep.
I feel like we need an Ancient of Lore right about now.
Yeah, I agree. Especially with that interred, it's so strong because you can play 2 guys that turn. You can just play whatever you choose.
And this is exactly why my thoughts were to go to face earlier. Again, we don't know what's going through their minds. We can see the hand. We can tell what the perfect moves are.
Another shield maiden.
Jeez! Oh man! Alright, so he's not even gonna charge. Oh, it's just smart in case he has the death spike, but that's just gonna get shield slammed, right?
Most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4x is sort of irrelevant here, but. And then he just gets to do the same thing next turn. This is looking like it's over.
Well, yeah, he needs the druid just needs some gas. He might,
Oh,
huge.
jeez.
He's gonna get shield slammed anyway. But
Yeah, it is. That's gonna be one of the saddest things he's ever experienced.
it's the
For
wrong
1
ancient.
mana, he's gonna disappear.
Yeah, that's really rough. That's game, yeah.
He doesn't even actually need to play the other shield maiden. He can drop boom, armor up, and shield slam.
That is
That's
very true.
You have 5 damage to his face.
Oh, Flamenco, no, don't let the Phoenix die like this.
Oh,
Not
man.
like this.
One of these days, Flamenco will win, but it looks like it's not today.
Come on, Flamenco. Top deck something huge. You deserve it.
I'm
Hey,
not
what-
sure that there is a top deck that really gets him out of this. He's already used the Cenarius. And he's looking at 2 5/5s and a warrior that's back up to 30 health.
That's probably the best thing you could have drawn, though, right?
It's okay.
Yeah. Lore into Enervate Sylvanas.
Yeah, you're right. That would have been
Or 2 lores. Have you done that? Yeah, 2 lores with it. An Enervate.
Yeah.
1 lore into a lore and an Enervate. There we go. Ugh.
You need 2 innervates though, right?
He's got 1 in hand.
Oh yeah, right on. Another fun one back when it was pretty common to play these cards was Ancient of War, Innervate Faceless, make another Ancient of War.
Oh yeah, Faceless Manipulator is a card that I haven't seen a lot of lately, but he was popular not that long ago.
Today we saw, didn't we?
I don't
I
think so.
Somebody got one off an Unstable Portal, maybe?
That might have been it. Might have been the portal.
I'm not sure. That might have been just on ladder.
But in any case, yeah, I'm a bit surprised with all these big legendaries floating around. It's a good way to sort of run another legendary without running another legendary, if you know what I mean.
That's not what you want.
Do you swipe the 1/4 just to guarantee you get a 5/5? Or do you just run a 50-50 since you're so desperate at this point?
I don't think you have that luxury. I think you have to take the 50-50 and swipe the other one so that there's nothing on board.
Yeah. So hopefully he attacks the shield maiden on the left, so he comes up with a shiny one. I'll be pretty mad if he doesn't.
Oh,
he did not listen.
Well, you see,
Come on.
his warrior is golden. He's not going to disgrace his non-golden druid.
Okay, yeah, fair. Places
That's
on each other. That's fine.
It's organized.
Oh no, well the zombie child just dies, right? Oh no, he's gonna go back. Alright,
Not ideal.
no, yeah, you need the Ancient of War now.
Just so out of gas. That helps a little bit.
Absolutely, Sludge Belcher, right there.
I feel like you need to drop the Belcher first and then trade the zombie chow.
Oh no, more health. It was bound to happen eventually. No Alkanite Soul Priest in this deck.
Well, in the Shredders, or Piloted Sky Golem,
Yeah.
I have it in my Paladin, and then I get to lay on hands for 8 damage.
What? Oh wait, Lay on Hands is targeted, right?
Yup.
Interesting.
I've healed Tyrion with it, and I've hurt the enemy when I pull an Akanai. It's one of the best cards.
Really? I didn't know you could target an opponent.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen people heal their creatures with it, which makes sense. I mean, usually there's no creature that you can even heal.
Oh, the top deck to stop Dr. Boom.
Oh, cool. So he's not completely out of it. He
He is top decking though, which is the main problem. The warrior has a couple of options. He just saw the big game hunter go out, so he'll probably play Rag pretty soon.
It may have been better to trade in the Shield Maiden, but he doesn't know that because he's not cheating.
Right. Or he is cheating, and his opponent just hasn't drawn the Ragnaros yet on the street.
Don't accuse people of cheating. We're a good community here.
Hey, I'm not.
We don't do that here.
Bad dog.
Right.
Someone get a spray bottle.
Double innervate. There we go.
I'll spray you with this, and it's the best flavor.
He needs that Ancient of War so bad.
And unfortunately, we have reached the part of the game where innervate is actually useless because it's the only card in Let's Flamingo's hand.
Yeah.
14 mana, man. 14.
Oh, geez, so he's going to take it. So.
Goes for the slow, steady route. Doesn't want to.
No upsets.
Miracles, make him.
The Harrison Jones.
Ooh.
Yeah,
What does he
that's
drop?
hard.
Whoa, it's whoa.
The big Harrison.
Oh, Harrison's being big. Harrison's being
Yes,
big.
that was amazing.
Big. Do it up, Harrison.
All right, we're gonna Ancient of Lore here. Is he gonna heal or is he
you
gonna
guys
draw 2
get
cards?
I see if Frozen
Well, he
Harrison
needs.
Jones.
Oh.
If he heals, I'll be so mad.
Well, ironically, he needs.
If he heals, he loses. Unless he innervates out his hero power.
Oh, you're right, because the Death Spite, yeah. You mean if he draws, he loses.
Which, of course, he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Right.
This is just crazy. I love what's happening. This giant Harrison is like. Can we get a screenshot? Oh, please take a screenshot. Can this be our mascot? I want this to be our mascot.
Draw.
Looks like he opted to draw.
Fate Hero Power. Do it! Yes!
His face.
Yes!
His face.
We're in it, boys!
He's not dead yet.
Oh man, I mean, watch Rag just go to face, but
Yeah, after all that thinking.
the thing is, he is dead because he like death bites the Harrison, and Rag either kills his only guy or he kills him. So it's like it's not like good.
I can't be angry because of this giant Harrison. I feel like the real victory.
There he goes.
How do you attack over? You can't attack the enemy turn button.
And
There
No,
it is.
no.
End of the game. Flamenco almost had a Cinderella story here, but it was not quite meant to be.
can you imagine if that was 3 turns earlier that sequence of draws happened?
Oh my god, it'd be a different game entirely.
It would,
Yeah.
in fact, have been a very different game, but unfortunately, sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles, as it were.
High Moose taking out all the favorites here.
Yeah.
He's playing like a champ. Is
Yeah.
this his first tournament with us?
I believe so. He may have
Yeah.
been here yesterday. We had a lot of people.
I sadly didn't
Yeah.
catch yesterday, but that's awesome. I hope he sees more. He's really doing impressive plays.
And now he's up against Chicken, right?
Yes, Chicken, who has been hanging out in the stream with us just a bit.
He's got a little bit of information.
Yes, indeed. Chicken is quite possibly offline. I don't know where he went.
Right. Well,
He may have
maybe
timed
we
out
should have
watching
got
the
phone
stream.
number. Yeah. Oh, that's also true. Yeah. Is he in the chat? Maybe.
Oh, maybe I don't have Chicken on my friends list. I thought I saw him earlier, though.
We're down to like 7 viewers.
Chicken's on my list. He's online.
Okay, cool. Oh no, we have 30 viewers. Just 7 of them are registered. I see.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of AFK people.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm watching this game back, and it's to the point where just the ancient lore would have been nice.
my chat seems to be bugged out right now, so why don't you go ahead and
I think it does that after a while. You hit refresh and it comes back.
if you could read out any messages from our lovely viewers, if there's anything.
You know what? Mine only says Frank or Z right now, and that's because I wrote it. So I had to refresh recently also. I'm actually gonna be right back again. Hopefully you guys don't say.
No
Will be.
blame. We're getting a Chicken back here. Shouldn't be too long. Says he is coming. Yeah, I think he did. Probably time out of Hearthstone. But we'll be back with that for you in just a moment. It's funny how long these 16-player double eliminations run so long. That's why we don't have double elimination on the regular tournament days. On the open days, we'd actually be here for 3 days. That's another reason we're not running Conquest on those days. It would take so much longer. But we are toying around with the idea of Conquest. We love the format. It just Blizzard gets to run it for 8 people, and they have all day to do it. And we're running tournaments for
And a professional tech staff.
Yeah.
And a budget.
and we're running tournaments for many more people than that in many cases. So.
Oh, well, we got a few minutes. I don't think we've started yet. Do you have any information about the upcoming Invitational?
Yes, the Invitational has been announced. There is some information on firesidebattles.com about that, as well as on the stream right next to Leon's face, which he cannot see. But it's the 16 top players for the Season 1 of our first season of Fireside Battles here. So we'll be taking the 16 top players, and this is including players from our test season as well. It's a $260 prize pool. Little more details on how that's going to be distributed coming up. I believe first place was 150, which when you're playing against 16 other people ain't too shabby, especially since it is you can definitely get there on the completely free to enter route.
Oh, that's right. I have points in the first one.
Yes, you do. I think you're probably going to need to earn a few more to hit top 16. But you might be in it right now actually.
I'm in the February test season ladder. If
You asked for it.
that works.
But anyway, it looks like we have
I'm
High on New
26.
versus Chicken coming up right now. Yeah, we got to get Leon in a few more tournaments so we can earn some points.
Actually, what's funny is Ambari is tied at 17, so we are literally at the cutoff point.
Oh no.
All of us are sitting at 3 points. And Java So Cute has nothing to worry about. Not a thing.
No, nobody's
No
even
problems.
coming close to that guy as it stands. But yeah, some players definitely racking up points between different weeks and really just in the top 16 because they've been so persistent in playing, making top 8, top 5, and those points do add up.
Hey, you know, tied for 17th, which is the cutoff point, after only playing in one tournament and casting the rest, is not bad.
Not too
It's only
bad
one-
at all.
One event.
Not too shabby. But looks like we have a Handlock versus a Mech Mage here in game
here we
1 of Hyanmu versus Chicken.
Missed the first 2 turns. Here we go.
Well, here we go.
This is our big finals, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So this is a best of 5 series. Winner of this best of 5 will be the grand champion for tonight. And Mech Mage is Mech Maging it up. Looks like we do not have a Shadow Flame on the side of Chicken just yet. He's going to be not too happy about that, but he can drop his turn 4 Mountain Giant if he so chooses. Maybe opting for the Twilight Drake here. Yeah, I think that's probably the better play since the Mountain Giant will probably be dealt with shortly, and I think he probably wants to taunt up the Drake. It actually has more health. He doesn't need that 8 damage just yet.
It doesn't do much of anything. Almost every minion in Mech Mage, with the exception of Antonidas and Dr. Boom, will die to a Shadow Flamed Twilight Drake just as easily to a Shadow Flamed any Giant.
Absolutely. One of the things that the Handlock is going to have a hard time with, however, is these Annoyatrons living up to their namesake, being annoying. Just not a lot of little damage things to use on them.
Mortal Coils.
Yeah, maybe the Mortal Coils, not every Handlock runs them, but definitely something that can be effective. Now we do have
Taking so much damage though.
0 cost Molten Giant, so that's not too bad there, but he could just die to like a Frostbolt and a Fireball at this point.
And though we know
I think
that
it's,
that's not there, but
I think it's awesome that we're seeing this old school Handlock that nobody really plays anymore, but we're also seeing why people don't play it anymore.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Mech Mage just sort of fireballs you in the face and you lose. It used to be very good. It was definitely a contender for sort of a top tier position for a very long period of time, and then Mech Mage happened.
yeah.
So.
And the Dr. Booms just, or sorry, the
Right.
rampant
Yeah.
big game hunters on top of
Yeah.
Mech Mage's aggression just.
You were talking about that earlier, yeah, how like the big game hunters and occasionally Black Knights would just sort of bully this deck out of contention.
But it always seems to come back every so often when the meta shifts a bit.
But you're doing really broken things.
It's something that you can situationally do very well with. I went on a win streak with Handlock not that long ago, maybe 5 or 6 game win streak, and then I proceeded to lose the next 5 or 6 games and not ever play it again. But it's very matchup dependent. Deck it can do very well versus some of the old school style decks, but these new GVG decks just seem to have all the answers. And it's probably that they were given the answers because Handlock was strong for a very long period of time. Although we're sitting here acting like it's over, it's really not over. If you look at Chicken's board, it is a very nice board, and if Hyanmu does not draw that Fireball, it could end up carrying him a bit farther.
Yeah, we just need a Shadow Flame or even Hellfire. Wouldn't be awful. And how many? Is he about to be on 6 mana? He's still quite a bit away from Drax.
About to be on 6.
I'm guaranteed he's got at least one heal bot in the deck.
Oh, absolutely. Most likely.
Oh, that defender's huge.
That's really good. But again, doesn't save him from a Fireball, sadly.
Right, so Hyanmu's just saying, please, RNG gods, I have a 2 in 21 chance, basically a 10% chance of winning next turn.
I think you mean RNG's us, but it's fine.
RNGesus.
Next time you don't get Fireball. What's that?
When I had really long hair, I looked a lot like Jesus. It's so good for so many jokes with the nature.
Haimu may be getting a bit salty here because his hand's not looking very good, and if he does not draw that fireball soon, he could be looking down the barrel of a loaded gun. So again, you can never, this is one of the reasons that a handlock is so good, you can never really count it out, because if your opponent doesn't draw into their answers, you're going to start chipping away real fast.
Do you like the Ezra Drake here? I thought he was going to lift up.
He's just looking for card draw, I think.
Taking for the fireball, yeah. So he's just one step closer to it.
Right, he's just cycling his deck, biding his time. He says, I got a few turns before you can take me down.
I think stealth is actually really good, because most likely he would have Heianmu wants to kill one of the zombie joust for health.
There's the Fireball of Destiny. Jiraxis is in hand, but no Innervate, unfortunately. So the reason, again, why Handlock is not played very much anymore.
Oof, that's rough.
Such a long game just to lose to a fireball.
Hey, look at that board. Just the size of that board to not matter. Hashtag MacManage. Alright, so do you think he moves MacMage back? Say that again?
Does he queue MacMage again? Most likely, because queuing MacMage is like flipping a coin. There's a 50% chance I just straight up win the matchup, which is one of the reasons that I hate the deck. But also one of the reasons that I play it, because it's one of the best ways to ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're better than your opponent and you're playing MacMage, then you've really just secured yourself a much better win percentage than you have if you're playing another deck. Maybe Face Hunter is pretty similar, but
yeah, on ladder you're generally just looking for decks that have a favorable matchup against most decks, because the stats will eventually be in your favor and you'll rise.
Which is a frustrating thing for new players to learn as well. You feel like you're losing a lot. You can kind of tilt and get salty about that. But Hearthstone is a game of statistics. So if you're winning 60% of your games, you're doing pretty darn good.
But that's also a reminder that sometimes the decks that win on ladder, because they have a decent matchup, are not the decks that win in tournaments when you can have specialized choices.
Exactly, and we do see the mage on the side of Heianmu banned out here. So I think probably a good choice. Mech Mage is really not something that you want to be playing against.
And
so
Chicken,
now, the Mech Mage has been shoot out for this entire series.
Right. For the best of 5.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think it's interesting. Chicken showed up with Mage. Does that mean he's going to bring it next time, or is he maybe playing some mind games?
It's one of those things where you want to give your opponent information that you think that you can utilize them knowing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you bring versus Mech Mage? Maybe Paladin? What do you bring versus Paladin? Mage?
Wait, so who made the coup against what? Did I get that backwards?
Chicken cooed out the Heianmu Mech Mage.
But he showed up with Mage also.
Oh, I see. That's what got me.
Do you know the Mech Mage? It could be he's on like a freeze mage or something, and he wants his opponent to bring a deck that's good against Mech Mage. Oh, sweet! This is a cool matchup. Yeah. Has Heianmu cooed yet?
Rogue versus Warrior. I think most of us would agree that the Warrior is a bit favored here, but if the Rogue gets off to an amazing start, then there's not much that the Warrior will be able to do too early.
A lot of rogues I've heard on their streams that it largely depends on getting the prep sprint early, because you just need that fuel.
Well, we have half of it. So if he draws into that sprint, gets the fuel he needs to push through. There's the Tinkers, that'll be useful.
And Rogue has the coin, which is always like...
Yeah.
Someone was trying to do math on the percentage increase of Rogue victories when you have the coin.
I think it's interesting, too, from having played Warrior a lot, that once Rogue started playing heal bots, they got harder to beat. And I think it's just because Warrior's so good at the life game that the Rogues need the extra 1 or 2 turns to set up for that big burst at the end. So the heal bot, like, you can get them there. Although Heianmu has a Loatheb in his deck, so that might just be enough to close it out.
Also, every rogue has pretty much been Oil Rogue, which makes sense. It's one of the stronger decks right now, especially on ladder. I want to see a variant rogue someday. Show up to a tournament.
There's one, I don't remember the player, but there's this new aggro rogue deck that looks really bad, but it's very good. It has Novice Engineers and what's the 2/4 that draws a card?
Gnomish Inventor.
Yeah, and Gnomish Inventor. So you're just like playing guys and drawing cards the whole time. It plays like Defias Ringleader. It's just like, it's sort of like if you were to take the Oil Rogue deck but make it an aggro deck. It's really good.
I have a Pirate Rogue from way back when GG like first came out, and it's so fun. It's you play every card like every turn, and you have Jeeves and stuff, and you're just like throwing cards out, and pirate effects are flying all over the place, and you just win. And you're like, oh well, this was a fun game. We get
pirate cards,
and I'll switch to the pirate backing.
You have to. I think we're going to see a Warwick go to what's that here? Is that what's going on?
It seems to make the most sense.
Yeah, draw 2 cards.
Draws out of it.
That's super good. He might actually... oh no, he can't show the play.
Ah. If only he got the second. He might have played it. Got 3 draws instead of Lothar. That hurting. That's pretty face.
Yeah, it's almost sprint over for the rogue. You were saying that's important, but he does have okay, he's using preparation now. Double prep.
Be prepared.
I don't see a Savannah High main. You can't sing Lion King song.
I am my own Savannah High main.
I don't know what to say to that, but okay.
Actually, my hunter deck is named Lion King right now.
Huh? Makes sense.
Oh, man. Let's see. Dr. Boom on curve. Why not? Why would you do anything else? Test for that sap. Yes, double shield maidens, low Theb. So he's holding one of the biggest cards against Rogue.
His hand is absurd, yeah.
So, as we discussed earlier, you really played Dr. Boom for the boombots anyway, so aren't you happy if it's sapped? Because then you get more boombots.
Oh, yeah, no. I want them to sap it.
Oh, go play it.
And a lot of times they're forced to just let it be. Oh,
nice.
Oh, good.
Oh, jeez. There's your pirate, though.
Pirates.
Those were good boombots. I love so.
I have no time for games.
He just died. Oh, no, he's on 2 cards. So he really needs that right now.
Oh yeah, like that's why you need the sprint, is because of situations like this, and he's used both preps now.
Nice
so.
deck, buddy.
This
Nice deck. Yep, just gonna ignore Sylvanas. We don't actually know if Heinmu had plays Brawl, because didn't we see most of his deck?
We saw Brawl from one of the Warriors, but it was Flamencos, I think.
I don't know. We've seen most of his deck, so he could be playing it, but I don't think we've seen it yet.
There's only one card in the Rogue's hand. I feel like it's just really, really easy to drop a Shield Maid and just start clearing this board.
Although that's a pretty threatening board. He could actually, if he wants to steal a guy, he could attack the Shredder and then just Taskmaster his own Sylvanas, or actually Whirlwind. Actually, I like that because you could play Acolyte first and just get the draw off it.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
But he's just gonna kill a 3/3 instead.
I can take the hit.
But yeah, it's like, you're not really worried. He needs to draw, if you're worried like the Tinker's Oil, he needs to draw an activator, and even then, he would also need a Blade Flurry, which...
well, the backstep's an activator, right?
It is, but he would need the Oil and a Flurry to really threaten him.
Yeah.
Because he's sitting on 2 Shield Maidens.
And
next turn, he can now steal the Shredder, which is the most important one.
Yeah, it's gonna do. I like that a lot.
And then still drop another Shield Maiden, if not just more Belchers.
Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, so Chicken, maybe a little bad luck here on the Warrior versus Rogue. And this is game 2, right?
2 with one coup used.
And did Haiyanmu win the first game?
Yes.
Yes, with his Mech Mage top-decked Fireball, according to my notes here, because I'm trying to be a good caster.
See, if I had been taking notes, I would have known that.
Aha!
Oh, he's dead, yeah.
Yep. That's... Kaboom.
And just as Leon predicted, without the early sprint, Chicken's Rogue was not able to keep the gas going. It looked for a minute there like he was going to take it, but it was just those last few cards. If he had 4 more cards, maybe a couple of Eviscerates, it would have been a very different story.
Absolutely. And it's like, well, trying to learn Oil Rogue, because I was never a huge Rogue player, except for my new, the Pirates Rogue that I played, which is really just play all the green cards. It really, every time that match came up, it was always 50-50. Do I get the sprint? Do I not get the sprint? And that just determined everything.
You play sprint, Rogue?
Say it again?
Nothing, it was fine.
In any case, we are looking at Haiyanmu sitting on 2 wins here, having knocked out the Warlock and the Rogue on the side of Chicken. So this could be Chicken's last game of the night.
No, because they would have to be eliminated a second time, right?
I think they...
We are not running that. We talked about it last week, and I talked about it with the players beforehand. Unfortunately, Challenge does not offer an option to remove that final bracket.
My mistake.
Yeah.
Thank you for the update.
You are welcome. Sorry for not letting you know that beforehand.
Let's see. So we've got Control Warrior. Oh, that's a heavy hand.
Yeah. The Whirlwind's actually nice against Mech Mage, but...
It's raw. No, it's not.
Other things to go with it.
There's a water elemental, so it's obviously kept or something.
Well, originally people played the water elementals in Mech Mage, and then you hit the whole Raynad deck where you play Blinktrons. So you freeze them and then you play Blingtron. I really hope that's what's going on here. I wonder what he cut for the water elementals.
Do I call it an underwater Mech Mage?
And so he probably cut like what, a Mech Yeti or something. Do people play Mech Yeti? I would.
Yes, I run it in mine. I think it's good.
You generally want it to give you another chance on stealth for Antonidas.
Right. Yeah, just the more spare parts, yeah.
Of course, I also run Toshly, so...
Oh, dude, me too! I put Toshly in as many decks as possible.
He was actually really good in Priest, I found, because he had so much health, I could keep him alive.
Play Toshly. Or, I mean, Gasla?
I have Gasla. I've swapped him in and out various decks.
I do not run Gasla.
There was a Gasla Priest deck Kriparian played. That was very cool. It's played Tosh.
I think Amaz made a Gasla Priest as well.
Oh, really? Yeah, because there's like Holy Smite, there's Power Word, Shield, there's Light of the Nara. So, and then I think Warrior also has 6 1-mana spells. You can play 2 Whirlwind. So, some people have played Gasla Warrior.
I also found that you can just work, because if you have a lot of spare parts, they all count anyway. So you just kind of save your spare parts.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I guess you could just play that guy in Mech Mage or something. I don't think anybody...
So we have a Mirror Entity up on the side of Chicken here. Looks like he's going to be getting himself maybe a big game hunter. I guess Haiyanmu figures, hey, I've got other forms of removal, and all I'm really worried about is, well, you can't big game hunter Antonidas, so it's really only Dr. Balance.
What's really cool about giving him the copy of Big Game Hunter is that he's setting up the Baron, and he knew it would die to Baron Geddon.
The downside is now the Baron Geddon's going to die to the last mage, but I think he played anyway. Could brawl, but it seems like you could do better for a brawl.
Well, it depends. Mech Mage doesn't always have the most gas. It's hard for them to fill up their hand.
That's true, so maybe you just brawl here.
Very tempting brawl.
But there's a couple bad... Like, if he gets a 5-4, that's awful. If he gets a 4-2, it's not the worst, but it's still a 4-power guy. I don't know. Although Baron Geddon does the same thing as Brawl, except you get the worst possible outcome. So maybe Brawl is straight up better.
Oh, that's not good. I guess it doesn't matter right now. He doesn't have any activators, but
Oh, he's just gonna play it. Oh man. The awful part is he's probably gonna. Yeah. There's nothing you can do. Oh, Ragnaros, please do it. Right into that mirror image.
that's not pretty. Not pretty.
Do it, Ragnaros.
You kind of have to, because you're going to be suffering 12 points of damage every turn.
Yeah, you get a 2 out of 3 positive outcome, I guess. Yeah. Either one you hit, though, you're screwed. Really, yeah, this is really bad.
Awkwardly enough, you need something on the board to brawl him off.
Right, and he has nothing to play.
Battle of the Ragnaroses.
Yes. Yeah.
What's he hit? He hit the
It always goes.
Archmage. Yes!
And then Ragnaros is... Okay, so technically Ragnaros could hit face here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Loath up a lot. Alright, just play the 3-3? Why not play the 3-3? What he doesn't know, though, is he's about to get blown out by Brawl. Okay. Awesome. So... Oh, yeah, Brawl's 10 mana. He can't.
Ooh, actually.
I forgot about Loath up.
I guess that's good. Yeah. It puts up a lot of distractions.
Yeah. I think he's going to end up using Alex to heal. Oh, he has no mechs.
No max.
So do you just attack the Boombots? Oh, you can ping one. Oh, no, you Fireball ping Dr. Boom. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. That's a real Fireball, not an Antonidas Fireball.
Right.
I actually kind of wish there was a special indicator on it somehow.
Like from Uncivil Portal.
Something like that, or just have like, a little Antonidas face icon just like floating in it, like he taught you this.
With those little 8-bit sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like that Chicken left a Boombot. One, because Ragnaros hit it. But two, if he didn't hit it, he could have killed the Ragnaros with an execute. It doesn't matter because he doesn't have one, but I think the play here is, do you load the Brawl or Sledge Belcher Brawl? Or Brawl first?
I would probably Brawl. If I was going to Brawl, I'd Brawl first. If not, then you can Loath-up Sledge Belcher, or yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like because really you just want to kill the Ragnaros. So I kind of
you have a 2 out of 3 good outcomes on the Brawl. The Mech Mage is not gonna fill up the board really any more than this.
I think I would run the 3 out of 4.
Oh, he wins.
Oh wow, yeah,
It'll grow.
Really good. Yeah, is he gonna win this game? Jeez.
It's one of those instances where it's very hard to tell who's ahead right now, simply because they're both running low on cards. I would tend to say the Warrior has better late game cards, especially when you only have a few of them.
Yeah, I think
Doesn't play anything.
the Mech Mage is stronger up until about the 10 mana point. Then
Right,
the Warrior's just gonna
No.
Warrior's just gonna outvalue every turn. Every turn they're even, the Warrior should gain 1 health in theory.
Right.
He's not been playing anything. I feel like it'd be safe to Alex Draza the face for as much damage as you could.
I would tend to agree with you there.
Yeah.
He could very well win with a Gromash next turn.
Yeah.
It's coming at some point.
Because
And
Or a
next turn,
Death Spite. He would win with that as well.
and next turn you're setting up a Shield Maiden anyway.
Okay, so now he's sort of giving Chicken a chance. If Chicken draws a neck, you can just clean up his blood. Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
So we're gonna see. Yeah, but yeah, for sure. But I think Alex was a better play because how is he gonna answer that?
Yeah, but he didn't know there was a Black Knight either.
Yeah, true. I think Black Knight's bad right now. Actually,
It's a strange card in this Mech Mage with Water Elementals. I'm not entirely sure.
But actually, now that I'm thinking about,
Oh no!
He would have won. He can still win next turn.
yeah. No, what are you doing?
No.
I think he's gonna go with the safer play. He knows that the Mech Mage is just about out of juice, and he's just gonna.
He kills the mech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is still a safer play because he knows there's not. Oh well, the Dr. Boom.
Wow. Okay.
And now he's still not dead. To Alex.
It's true.
He just pings Crowash. Oh man, this is awesome.
There's a new activator anyway. Nothing
The Shield Maiden's fine, but I think he's... Oh, what do you do here? Because Alex can die now.
Well, I think Alex draws as the other face and goes still, because then the Mech Mage has to clear his whole board, and then he still has a Shield Maiden.
Yep.
Right.
Forces
But remember, the Boombots are next, are mechs. So that Blast Mage is live right now.
Yeah, but if
So I
he's
think-
forced to clear,
I think he's going to be able to clear the mages.
Oh no, he will be able to clear, but then he'll have nothing left on his side of the board. Is
Gotcha, yeah.
the thing.
Yeah, and then that's fine because from there,
And he's got no hand to refill, so.
I mean, does he have Ysera? I don't know if he does, but because he already played Ragnaros.
I believe High Mew was the one that was playing Ysera, and Flamenco was running.
I don't like this
one that we
I
talked
think
about. This is just like a different way of doing something similar, I suppose. In my opinion, it just puts the warrior a little bit farther behind.
Yeah, it's like it would have been the same situation anyway, except now. Well, you know what? He probably thinks the mage is sitting on a fireball too, because he's been holding that card for so long.
I was trying to do the math, and I think it was 22 or 23 potential damage, assuming the bots did 4 damage to his face.
Mm-hmm.
Like the worst possible situation.
Yeah,
Okay, so-
High
so-
is now looking at a board that's gonna be pretty difficult to come back from. I personally think he kind of... It was a little bit of a misplay there, but maybe not. Again, we can see all the cards. We know exactly what's going on, and if he thought that was a fireball, then it wouldn't be a misplay at all.
Did you see the water elemental peek from the side of the screen?
Yeah.
You killed? Yeah, he's killing the dragon. I like that. Yeah, I think the water elemental makes it okay to do that. Yeah, but I think
Especially
some
now.
of them he would have just gone to face.
Mm.
Oh man. Well, you have to X the 2-1, right?
You have to do something. That's for sure.
Because he's out of burst. Man, I think he maybe could have won this game, but now it's looking real bad.
Well, it's not actually terrible, because there's nothing in the mage's hand either.
True. It's just
He's about to be frozen. He's only going to get one hit off with the axe.
But I feel like any given card in each deck, the warrior has the advantage, and he has potential draw.
Absolutely true.
But I don't see how he's gonna answer that water elemental.
The thing is, I don't think he needs to. It won't kill him fast enough. It does, in theory, 1 to 2 points of damage a turn because of his armor.
He'll die from fatigue first.
Yeah.
So he does
Also,
clear
he
up the
could
2-1.
execute it because he has the acolyte.
And it has the draw, and any warrior card at this point should outvalue a mage card.
Oh,
Except
yeah.
Blingtron.
Yes, Blingtron.
Alright, Disco Party.
What's he get? Lights Justice. Oh.
He gets actually the worst weapon in the game, followed closely by the second worst weapon in the
Yeah.
game.
They're the only ones that deal 4 damage, but it's still that's still a burn spell for 4. So, and we get to see some sweet water.
Oh no.
Oh man. So you have to attack the elemental draw execute, I guess.
Sledge Belcher
That's
helps.
pretty good.
So good.
A lot.
I mean, there's not really too much to think about here. You play the Sledge Belcher.
Yeah, armor up. Don't forget armor up. It's an important step.
That would
I
be
think he plays a
perfect.
Death Spite. Oh, maybe not.
No, I think you don't want him to know you have it.
That's possible.
I mean, if you're
Oh,
already running
yes.
Blingtron, you may be ready for Harrison or Ooze.
This is such a good game right now. I feel like.
This is worthy of a point match.
What's that?
This is worthy of like a point match.
There's a Blingtron. We don't know who's winning. Well, the Mech Mage has a board, obviously. So
I would give Blingtron stealth or I don't know. Yeah, I guess because it dies to the Light Justice. He's not.
More draw. All that draw we've been missing.
Yeah, it would have been nice earlier in the game. And he's gonna draw. He's sort of forcing his opponent to attack it with the Blingtron.
Mm-hmm.
The Water Elemental still chugging.
Chugga chugga.
Yeah, wrong card. Oops. Frostbolt. Interesting. He
Keeps
does-
it frozen. He can keep the Blingtron alive with that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No.
No! How could you have done this to us?
It was not my fault.
The game went on for so long. The longest mech mage game in history.
That hasn't happened at all tonight. I apologize.
The intensity, the drama.
Yeah, bro, just do you frostbolt the acolyte?
No, I think you water elemental kill the acolyte and frostbolt the face.
We're not even gonna find out what happens, are we?
Hurry, hurry!
If you miss the whole game, I'll be a little upset, but I think we'll catch the end here.
It is a slow going game. We have to believe. I want to believe.
All right, I hear noises, but I don't see anything. So that's awesome. Okay, here we go. All right,
So
a lot
fast.
happened. I don't even. Know
Wow. Okay, so the warrior's back in this.
Oh man. Oh man. The great draw.
Dear stream, I want to believe.
Oh no, now he's getting life. This is absurd.
What do you do?
You
can
gotta
hit for
trade.
9.
You can't trade. Or I mean, you can't not trade, right?
no,
Good.
he doesn't care. Like he wants to get the 5 damage, and he would
Okay.
get nothing for the Sylvanas.
Because now he can't play anything until he self trades for the Sylvanas. He
Yeah.
can't play a card. Would he die to a fireball?
11. So he'd go to 9. He dies to Pyroblast. I will point
Black
out.
Warper, and that's not
Okay,
what you
yeah.
want.
It's not looking good for the mech mage. This is a great game.
It's kind of over, perhaps. Actually, no.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
too
he has
much.
a lot of dead draws, I think.
Whoa!
Oh,
Zero
purple.
cost warlock. Zero cost warlock death spice.
Yeah. So he's dead next turn. It's also got 0 attack too, which is interesting.
I feel like you don't play it. You don't.
Yeah,
wanna-
definitely. You don't let him know you have it.
Or your opponent could have Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
He's still safe, I think. Heart palpitations and such. Fireball scared me.
Alright.
So it's kind of
Wow.
heartbreaking that
So he-
Heian Mu won the first game with a top deck fireball, and now
Chicken
Chicken
dust.
is going to lose the game on a
Yeah.
top deck fireball.
Well, yeah, it's not the top deck fireball that lost him the game, but
It would have been something to help him instead of just sit there dead.
yeah, I was hoping for Chicken there, so we'd have a drawn out match, but
All right.
3-0.
Wow, that was
like
impressive.
Heian
Yeah,
Mu is gonna take this 3-0, coming from
another-
Lewis bracket.
The secondary bracket, another Flight of the Phoenix.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That game was so back and forth. That's what you want. Are we still stuck in the game?
Yeah, it may have
Yeah, it's
lagged
been
out
like-
there. But we know what happened. The mage takes an axe to the face, and yeah, that is all that she wrote.
Yeah, I am taking out all the favorites. Who knocked him out of the bracket in the first place? I'm
I
curious.
believe it was Chicken actually.
Okay,
I was
so
just
he-
looking at that earlier. It was Foss. No, it was Chicken.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was Chicken.
definitely Chicken.
okay.
Yeah,
So,
in the semifinals, according to Challenge.
If you're Chicken here, are you mad that about the new rules?
I don't think so. I think you came in expecting to win, and I believe they both agreed to this.
yeah,
Or
there
is
was
that-
It's no surprise they knew beforehand that this would be the case. It's just that we can't take that last thing out on challenge right now.
Right.
It's just sort of one of those like, wow, nothing really went how you wanted it to. The fact that he lasted that long in a mech mage is amazing. Even
Well,
a variant mech mage.
his deck had a lot more of the tools or toys, I guess. You know, with the wire elemental.
Can I call that an underwater mech? I don't know what to call that thing.
The Black Knight was so interesting. Actually, I wonder if this was the Reynad deck card for card with the Blingtron, because I think Black Knight was good when he made that deck. I don't like Black Knight at all right now.
Yeah, I had to cut it from a lot of different things.
But it was interesting that we saw a lot of Black Knights, and then we saw a lot of Ancient Wars. So it actually would have been really good in any of the positions.
I think Black Knight really is a tech card against Druid. To a small degree, Paladin, but mostly Druid.
Right. And mainly when they're playing the Ancient Wars, which a couple of them were. They didn't want to lose Sounders. But
Still actually haven't gotten my chat fixed yet. It does not seem so. I'm sorry I can't interact with you guys. You're a cool crowd.
Yeah, we are gonna have the random draw, right? For the gift.
Yes. So let's go ahead, and I will get.
Do we want to get Hyunmoo in for a quick interview?
I don't think we can get him. Hold on. Let me see if I can.
It's all good. We'll just sweep that away with shiny card packs or something.
I'm asking right now. He's not responding at the moment. Is the only problem. He may have taken a bathroom break. So we'll see if he responds in a few minutes.
All right. All right.
Nice.
Alright, so we're going to be running the raffle in just a few minutes. We're going to go ahead and close out the stream here since they're behind us. But once the last game ends, we're going to go ahead and run the raffle in chat. So whoever wins, congratulations. We'll congratulate you in the the Twitch chat. But we're probably going to be out of here by then anyway. Okay, Hyunmoo is back. He would love to do a Skype interview.
Cool.
And I will get him on here.
Yeah, I'm curious about the match with what's his name? Flamenco. The it's really ballsy going warrior versus warrior.
Yeah. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
I think he had was he playing a druid? I don't remember the details now, but
I don't have his list written down.
And also, wasn't he knocked into the secondary bracket fairly early, or was that? I know you said it.
In the semis by Chicken. It was fairly late.
Cool.
But then he still had to fight quite a bit through the secondary bracket. Euphemisms, everyone. Euphemisms.
Oh boy.
If it wasn't bad enough not getting reactions for 10 minutes, like when I can't see what people are saying or groaning at, it's like, oh.
Yeah, I know.
They're not really saying anything.
There's a couple of people in there right now hanging out. We're about to do the raffle. That got people a little more excited, I think.
Nothing like potential of getting a $50 prize just for being in chat to get everyone to speak up and be like, I'm here, hello, hello.
$20 prize for the chat, actually, but close.
Oh, sorry.
Close.
20 for the chat, 50 for the skirmish. I just saw 50 standing in bold letters at the top of my screen, and I set it out.
All right, I have our Fireside Battles Champion of the Night, Hyunmoo, coming in just now. All right, hold on. Add people to this call. Skype still eludes me. All right, here he comes.
The intensity builds.
Yeah.
Hello?
Greetings
hello.
and bienvenidos.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, how are you guys?
Now, of course, our first question has to be, how do we pronounce your name?
Yeah. So it's pronounced Hyunmoo?
Hyunmoo?
Okay.
Yeah, Hyunmoo.
Is
Okay,
that
two syllables.
Yep.
We apologize immensely for how much we've ruined the entire night.
Oh, it's fine.
give us the
Okay.
background on the name?
So it's in Korean means it's like a legendary tortoise. It's like one of the 4 legendary animals or something. So I just named it after that.
Well, congratulations for continuing our Asian power streak tonight. We had Weifu win yesterday, and now Hyunmoo.
Thank you.
So, amazing games. Do you want to take a second before we give you specifics to just give your thoughts, what you were thinking, how it went through your head?
It went by really quickly, honestly. I wasn't really expecting this at all. Yeah, in fact, I brought 4 decks. I brought Rogue, Mage, Hunter, Warrior, and I ended up winning all my games with Mage and Warrior. It was really weird.
Oh, wow.
I never even played my Rogue, and then the one game with Hunter, I got destroyed. So, that was really weird to me, and I honestly never expected to make it all the way, to the finals and doing so well. But yeah.
You played really well. Some of the games were remarkable amounts of confidence shown. I'm not sure how much experience you have with all of these decks. They seem to be at least decently prepared. But for a moment, let's say, what was your thought process first about the instant coup against Flamenco's Paladin, and then choosing the mirror match against his Warrior?
Right. So let me think. His decks were, I forget exactly what his decks were, but I felt that my strongest deck was my Mech Mage, and so that's what I started with. And I forget exactly what his 4 decks were, but I thought that I had a good matchup against all most of them except for the Paladin. So that's why I decided to coup that one.
I know that he has Warrior, Paladin, and Druid as 3 of them. I'm not sure his 4th.
Right. Yeah, so I felt confident against the Druid. The Warrior, it's a toss-up, but actually, so I chose the Warrior mirror on that instead, right? So
yes,
I just didn't want to. I didn't want to have the Paladin against my Warrior.
Right.
I think that was my thought process.
Did you think it was a 50-50 on the Warrior, just going for a coin flip, or were you thinking that you might have the tech better advantage against the mirror?
So I thought it was going to be a 50-50. My other 2 decks were Rogue and Hunter, and I didn't think that they would do well against the Warrior. And I knew he would choose Warrior because the Warrior would do well against those 2 decks, so I just went in again with Warrior. So yeah, just went for 50-50. And I do believe I was on the brink of elimination at that point. So
That's great,
yeah, so I really made sure to focus and play well, and thankfully I did.
Yeah, you had the armor advantage, as we call it, in the Warrior mirror.
Yeah.
I have to say, I don't know, I think it was just our client that bugged. There was a gigantic Harrison at the end.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see that, actually.
If you ever get the chance to peek to the end of the VOD, just look at the giant Harrison.
Yeah, it was funny. I also, if you do get a chance to watch, there's a point in the very last game we just saw where we were kind of ragging on you for it was toward where the game started to grind out. You had an Alstraza and you went with the Gromash. I think you attacked as Dr. Boom. Do you remember that point in the game? Because we were kind of bit about all the different options you had.
That was tough. I was just scared of the burst, basically. I didn't want to go straight for the face, because I think he had 2 cards left, and I was just scared that he would, miraculously top deck something and kill me. So I just went for the safer route and just believed that the rest of my cards in my deck would be better than 1-for-1 than the cards in his deck, and that's what ended up happening overall.
Yeah.
Now, you won the first game on your Mech Mage. It was quite the nice top deck fireball, the point of Mech Mage, I believe.
Yep.
But did you think it was strange that he could it afterwards? You queued up again with Mech Mage, and then he cooed.
I did. So actually, with Chicken, I faced him in the winner's bracket earlier.
That's right.
And we played the same game. We played Mech Mage versus Handlock, and he had me that first game. And then he actually told me with his Handlock. And so, going into it, I felt like he was going to go Handlock again. And I was still confident that my Mech Mage could beat him, and I got one of the greatest hands I've ever seen to start, so that really helped. And then the top fireball gave me the win. But actually, if he had won that game, I think I would have cooed his Warlock, because that Handlock was just positioned to do really well against the rest of my decks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was interesting that since this match already happened when the stream wasn't watching, that perhaps confidence on both sides really played into the delayed coup.
Yeah, that might have been it. Yeah.
On your second game, it was Warrior, your Control Warrior against his Oil Rogue. He eventually got to a pretty low card hand. We were talking about how he didn't have a sprint, and that would probably cost him the game. What's going through your head when you see a rogue low on cards like that? Like, what are you expecting? You seem to show a little bit of hesitation, just trying to figure out what it could have been.
Right. So at a certain point, I knew he was going all in, and I just know that for me, I just have to keep drawing cards and keep armoring up. That's all I needed to do in the matchup, and so I just continued to do just that. And that's why I kept the shield block in the beginning, because I didn't. If there were any kind of funny, oil and then blade flurry, then I'd be able to respond with a shield block, maybe a shield slam, or just gain back the cards and the life to stay in the game.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's really good advice. It's sometimes hard to know which cards you should aim for in a mulligan situation.
Yeah.
They might be outside of your traditional mulligan.
Right.
Well, it was fantastic. Kevin, does anyone else have any more questions?
No, we really appreciate you coming out here. You're going to be getting 7 ladder points, which should secure you. That might just secure you a spot in the invitational right there. We do have the monthly invitational. There's some details on firesidebattles.com about that. But you should definitely keep competing, because we definitely have some people moving on up in the points list world as well. So,
Cool.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job today, man. It was amazing to watch you.
Thank you for.
Oh, I accidentally just cut him off there. That was completely unintentional.
And shut up. Your time in the spotlight's over. You done. Get out of here.
Oh boy, that was unintentional. Apologies. In any case, let's go open a pack. Maybe the little bit of BM there. Oh, that's the wrong way.
I just want to say that we've hit our limit on this. We actually can't see. So we're blind.
I'll tell you what's in the pack.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what's in. All right, buy one pack.
I like how you're making that string weight on the drawing.
The interview is important.
All right, no legends, only one rare. Perdition's Blade, which we just saw a moment ago.
We did.
From the Blingtron.
Oh, that's right, you're opening classic packs.
Raging Worgen, which Leon does not have.
Oh, shut up.
Silverhand Knight, which is really good in Arena, actually. Battlecry Summon, the 2/2 Squire.
Mm-hmm.
Circle of Healing, definitely a great priest card under certain conditions.
There you go.
Finally, Cult Master, the new replacement for Starving Buzzard.
The new classic replacement.
The new classic replacement. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure having everyone. Make sure to check us out at firesidebattles.com. Follow us at Fireside Battles on Twitter if you have not done so yet. We hope to see you next week. And definitely keep on playing. There are still plenty of ways to get into that invitational spot by earning ladder points. You get 2 chances for ladder points a week, and yeah, it's a pretty sweet gig. We're still talking to Blizzard about getting those BlizzCon points for you, but it is in the works, and I promised I will do my best to get the best for my players. All right, so we look forward to seeing you again in the future, and a good night from Fireside Battles.